What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another How to Play here on the channel. Today we're going to be talking about James Luter's from Honest Six's third place fourth kind deck. What this video is going to do is we're going to talk about the deck lists. We're going to talk a small bit about what fourth kind looks like, and then we're going to talk about how he works, and then the strategies and tactics utilized in this deck. And then we're going to take and look back at the deck list, do a recap, and then talk about the sideboard a bit as well. So, Fourth Kind. Fourth Kind is a 5-hand size, 34 health character. This deck was being played under the order symbol. Fourth Kind says the fourth card you attempt to play on your turn gets cheaper by 4, as well as if it's an attack, it gets 4 bonus damage. And then once per game, your turn, if your rival has 4 or 6 or more foundations, you're going to commit 4 of them. And then in response commit, after you block with an attack, add that card to your hand. Feels good. So playing cards is easier. My opponent blocking once per game is a little tougher. And then if I happen to block, I get to utilize tools and pull them back up to my hand. So let's talk about the strategy. We cheat high diff attacks. Like I said, the fourth card that I play is very cheap, as well as I get to punish reckless builds. If my opponent builds haphazardly, I get to turn all their cards sideways and then kill them for it. Reuse cool block tricks, which we'll get into. And then being a 5-hander followed by total game control. There's a lot of small things happening inside of fourth kind in order to do it. So let's talk about cheating high difficulty attacks. So things like indiscriminate shock, decay, palm slam, all for one, full cowling, 5% strike are all really awesome cards to play as that fourth move and get a bunch of extra damage. Indiscriminate shock, saying that it gets a bonus damage for each of my rivals' committed foundations, feels very good using my once per game. Decay palm slam, becoming just like an 11 damage move for no reason, with powerful and saying that my opponent can't commit cards to pass a check, feels very good whenever I once per game, right? As long as I have the momentum to pay for it. And then one for all, full cowling, 5% strike is very cool because it says discard my hand, draw 3, so I can go foundation, one for all, full cowling, discard my hand, and then discard my 1 card, redraw 3, so now I've got cards to block with, and this is a 4 high for 10 that you kind of have to respect a little bit. And then when it comes to punishing reckless builds, we've got things like Electric Jolt and League of Invitation that if you happen to go to 6 foundations and you don't have very much defensive, these 3 cards that are on my board, if I open Electric Jolt, use fourth kind, stun, flip League Invitation, I've committed to all 6 of your cards. Now if I have a kill string, I'm just going to kill you for it. It feels really, really strong. And then if that doesn't get the job done, I've got this really awesome reuse cool block trick. So Vile Seizing having Breaker 1 and Ice Slide Tackle saying if I block a high with it, it deals no damage. I can block with Ice Slide Tackle and then pick it back up with fourth kind, block again, or it's a 3-low for 5 that is just going to be a 3-low for 5, maybe 3-low for 9 that I can sling at the end of a string. And then lastly, or I guess second to last, we've got, him being a 5-hander. He says a printed 5 on his character card, but with cards like Calling for Backup and Passing the Torch, being able to, quote, draw 1 card if it's your first enhance or just by committing passing, it feels like you've got a ton of options all the time. I have options, and I'm limiting their options. And then lastly, High Engine Kick as a filter draw of I will discard this card and give it 2 speed. If it was an attack card, give it 4 speed instead. Draw a card. Sometimes feels very good if you play it as a foundation, High Engine Kick. I'll discard an attack card. It's a 8 high for 8 that let me redraw my card back up. Feels pretty good. And then lastly, the thing that I really liked about this deck in particular is its idea of total game control. It had a lot of cards played in a lot of different spots that affected a lot of parts of the game. House of Cards affecting momentum, Citywide Crisis saying that when you draw cards you get punished for it, Drowning in Resentment, if you have cards leave your discard pile you get punished for it. There's so much punishing happening for this, not to mention the overwhelming power that fourth kind is relentlessly swinging on every turn. It's a lot. It's a ton. I think this is a really, really cool fourth kind deck. So there you have it. A lot of really cool choices that we get to make of Citywide Crisis and more. Yeah, things like shock treatment and Citywide Crisis, Desperate Times, being able to commit down bonus pieces alongside of League Invitation, and Jolt just feels really, really good. A small look at the sideboard. We're playing double Blood Curdle, double Can't Escape Me, 2 Runaways, and 4 Searing Glacial Storms. Kind of like the same idea with the 1 for all full Cowling Strike. I could go Foundation, Searing Glacial Storm, put you back to 5 foundations. I go back to 5 foundations, and then I get to build my 3 back and have something to block with. Feels really, really powerful. Yeah, it's a 2 high for 10. You're going to block it pretty easily, but it's going to be good. And then Blood Curdle, stopping my opponent's character on when I'm swinging in if they've got a really solid defensive character, or Runaway if they're swinging a really big move that I can't block. I'll just run away and tank my stats. And then Can't Escape Me, canceling draw, feels really, really solid in the format right now. So love the sideboard choices. And again, congratulations to James from On a 6 for their 3rd place finish with 4th Kind. If you like this deck and you like this this How to Play series, let me know down in the comments down below, and make sure you check out all of the other How to Plays that I've done here on the channel. With that said, you guys, thank you much for watching the video, and as always, I wish you well.